Now that Yellowstone is officially coming to an end, it seems like the prequels are the ones we should invest in from now on, as they are the obvious priorities of Taylor Sheridan. We know that this is a big disappointment for many of you guys, but we also believe that if Yellowstone gets the proper ending it deserves, then we will be more than willing to follow the prequel series and continue to collect the pieces of the mysterious puzzle of the Duttons. It's known that the second season of 1923 will air at the end of summer 2023. Then we will get 1944, probably in early 2024. So as you can see, the prequels are going in tandem with the years we're in, meaning that a new show is being planned for 2025 as well, titled 1965. The interesting thing is, although there are almost 2 years until the release of this show, we already have some details on what to expect from the new prequel series. 1965 is expected to be the origin story of John Dutton and the environment he was born in. How was his youth? How was his relationship with his family? Were there any clues on how he will end up being the John Dutton that we love today? How did he fall in love with Evelyn? All these questions will be answered in the show, making it one of the most exciting prequels we ever got so far. It also means that there will be lots of young actors joining the Yellowstone universe to portray the young John Dutton and his friend group. Also, we will witness a unique period in U.S. history, marked by the horrors of the Cold War and the inevitable rise of the capitalist transformation. Montana was primarily a rural state in 1965 with vast expanses of open land and a relatively small population. Many people lived in small towns and rural communities, and agriculture and ranching were significant industries. So Duttons will be a perfect case study to get a glimpse of the period. Also, Montana's natural beauty and outdoor recreational opportunities have always been prominent. In 1965, activities like hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, and horseback riding were popular among residents as they are today. This means that we will see John Dutton at the peak of his youth, enjoying his life in Montana through a bunch of activities. This also means that we will see John and Evelyn going on several fun dates together. That being said, Montana, like much of the United States during that era, upheld traditional values and societal norms. Family, community, and hard work were highly regarded, and conservative values often prevailed. Television and radio were the primary sources of entertainment and news, and not all areas had access to modern amenities like electricity and telephone services, particularly in remote rural regions. But we are certain that we will witness the Duttons bringing the newest technology to the town and introducing these novelties to the people of Montana. In a way, Duttons will be the pioneers of modern life, which is a bit ironic considering the fact that they are quite traditionalists when it comes to their ideology. Besides, in the mid-20th century, Montana saw gradual changes in its demographics. While the majority of the population was white, there were also Native American communities throughout the state. As the civil rights movement gained momentum nationwide, the dynamics of racial and social equality were beginning to be challenged. So there will be lots of identity politics discussion and social commentary, which is something we are highly excited about. At this point, we have to mention Morgan Freeman and why it's likely for him to participate in this series. If you didn't hear about it yet, Freeman is set to join the cast of Lioness, a new television series created by Taylor Sheridan for Paramount Network. The show tells the story of a young Marine who is recruited to befriend the daughter of a terrorist leader, enabling the CIA to dismantle the organization from within. Freeman will portray Edwin Mullins, the United States Secretary of State, in the series. The inclusion of Morgan Freeman in the show adds further excitement, as he was reportedly a fan of Sheridan's work, particularly Yellowstone, even before reading the script. Freeman expressed admiration for Sheridan as a writer, mentioning his binge-watching of Yellowstone and his anticipation for the other shows. Now, we also know that Sheridan loves to utilize his cast members in multiple shows. For instance, Dawn Olivieri participated in both 1883 and Yellowstone, portraying completely different characters. This is something Sheridan truly loves. And when we combine this with the rise of civil rights movements in 1965, as well as the criticisms Yellowstone gets for lacking racial diversity, it is no-brainer to us that Freeman will be a part of 1965. In fact, he will probably be one of the crucial characters of the show. Over the past 5 years, Yellowstone has faced criticism regarding its lack of racial diversity in its cast and storylines. Some viewers and critics have expressed disappointment in the show's predominantly white cast and its limited representation of characters from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds. We know that the show takes place in rural Montana, which has historically had a predominantly white population, which is valid. However, some argue that the show missed an opportunity to incorporate more diverse perspectives and experiences, especially considering the broader cultural and social landscape of the United States. Critics argue that by not including more characters of different racial and ethnic backgrounds, Yellowstone perpetuates the underrepresentation and marginalization of non-white communities in mainstream media. They believe that the show missed an opportunity to explore and depict the experiences and contributions of diverse communities in the West, including Native Americans and other racial or ethnic groups. It's important to note that the lack of diversity in Yellowstone isn't unique to the show, but reflects a broader issue in the entertainment industry regarding representation and inclusion. So we feel like this is a great opportunity for Sheridan to silence those critics by introducing a prominent black character in the series, telling the impact of the civil rights movements in Montana through Morgan Freeman's exquisite acting skills. Would you like to see Morgan Freeman in 1965? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.